ways trying to figure it out. So this kind of hit and miss.
Well, for you guys that's watching it
this kind of thing
right now, this is
stuff, you know?
the pre for the very first episode of Tough Time with Terry.
Yeah, this was actually us talking with the exact same camera we're working with now. And it was, we called it the TV Land Cam back then.
Yep, and this was July 31st, 2008 when this was done.
Fun fact, Ron, we're shooting this in the actual same room that we're shot the first episode of Tough Time with Terry.
Very much so. Well,
that guy looks familiar. You've seen him before.
He does look very familiar. What we're going to do is we're going to let this play in the background, and we're going to focus on us for a few minutes and kind of talk about what was going on in our minds at the time when this was being filmed.
And we're going to be very frank, very, very, very honest.
There you go. And so enjoy this. So we're just watching some of the footage from the old, very first episode of Tough Time Terry. Like I said, 7/31/08. We still have it playing. We're watching it as you're watching us. So
yes, we are.
Interesting. Terry, any thoughts of watching this after?
Well, it's kind of cool. This is actually kind of, there's the lamp. You can see it. I don't know if the guys can see it in the background. It's the actual lamp I'm looking at, I think. Is it?
No, it's a different lamp.
Oh, okay, sorry.
It's all right. But, it looks the same.
Kind of looks similar. We had the couch here, didn't you?
Yep.
And we were actually coming home from work that day. And I was getting right home, and he was like, "What do you think about us doing Tough Time with Terry? What do you think?" And I was like, "Sure, why not?"
Had a nice ring to it. There's no reason why. It just, the name hit me, and I thought, let's have something that rings, sounds off good. And there we go. We took off, and I come up with Tough Time with Terry. He couldn't come up with anything else.
Yeah, I had nothing, so.
That's part of the reason why we got Tough Point Up.
Yeah, that's
it's just our kind of black off to that. So,
I know that's what we had kind of discussed with Tough Point Up. I think, yeah, it kind of just went off with Tough Time. That's true.
So first episode, I know Terry didn't want to do it. It was almost impossible to get him in front of the camera. At the time, I was the guy behind the camera who read off emails. Terry discussed the characters for SCA Comics, and it started off, the first episode was basically 3-4 emails.
Yep, that's about it.
We promoted the show, had a few characters posted up on the MySpace site, promoted the show for a couple, just promoted, actually just saying, hey, we're going to do something soon. You guys want to write in, we're going to answer the emails. And we turned it into a show. Yeah, it's the top picture.
There's Gauntlet. Gauntlet!
But,
Faithfully Bird.
Oh. Wow!
I almost forgot about her.
But we just it was interesting, very different feel.
And to give you a little backstory, those of you who don't know, not familiar with the Tough Time stuff or the SCA stuff. God, look at that! That's wow. Anyway, what had happened was one day I was talking to Hunter, who's a friend of ours, and I'd told him about some characters I'd always thought of when I was growing up and when I got older, and he was really excited about drawing them up, and I had no idea what they looked like.
Yeah.
And so I went to Ron. Me and Ron was friends at the time, so I went to Ron with the idea, I think, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I asked him if he could help me out with one of them, and we started off with Defender X.
Yep. Or Defender at the time.
Defender at the time. And Ron added the X at the end, just to give it a different feel.
Yeah.
Then we had Super Guy at the time, but he actually became Gauntlet.
Mm-hmm.
One of our great characters.
Dark Prince was changed to Dark Bishop.
Yeah.
A bunch of characters.
The King of Darkness.
King of Darkness, that's what it was. And the characters still go, we started doing this and posting them up. Writing little blogs, I think, on MySpace.
Yeah, just here and there. And then one day he just came. Like I said, we was leaving work. He's like, "Tell you what if we do Tough Time with Terry? What do you think?" And the rest is history.
Yeah, I was going to do Tea Time with Terry, but I'm glad we didn't because they ended up having the Cup of Joe. with Joe
Yeah.
Casada.
Oh yeah.
Months after that, remember?
Yeah, I
After we did
remember
ours,
that.
it was months
Yeah,
after. We'll go into all that
later.
on another video, but you know, it went on to that. So this was our first episode. So we appreciate it, and we thank the fans. We had 3 or 4 emails, like I said. Terry answered them. Very unprofessional show, I thought. We didn't really come
Yeah.
off well.
Yeah, we
Very unprepared.
it was very candid, very just wow. Like I'm just wearing like whatever T-shirt I had on at work. I think.
Yeah.
I know the hat. I think I probably did. I might have went home and changed shirt and hat. That was about it. And I hadn't shaved.
No shower, nothing. Just straight from
It
work.
was more or less straight from work. Plopped down on the couch.
Yeah.
Ron kind of put the sign up and all right, let's go.
Yeah, I took a poster board, took some pictures of the characters, a picture of a tub, threw them on the poster board, wrote Tub Time with Terry on it, wrote some of the characters' names, and that was all it was.
And we were off.
And started from there.
And and like Ron said, you can kind of really tell. Look right there.
Oh,
Oh
yeah,
my
it's,
God.
it's really cheap.
It was really just.
I will say
terrible.
this: it started as a weekly show.
Yes, it did.
It went to bi-weekly, and then it went to monthly, and then you know, as we'll go into later videos, you know, we'll explain more stuff later on. But first episode, we started doing the weekly thing, doing emails and.
Did you see that? What was that?
I'm
Can
not
you
sure what
rewind
you were
that?
doing there. I have to rewind it back. I'm not sure what was going on.
I want to rewind
But
that.
what we do is I recorded during the whole several years.
Yeah,
we've
we'd
done
have
it.
this camera actually running through the whole thing.
Yeah, and I had another camera recording just our snippets, our clips
That we
put on
posted
MySpace.
on MySpace.
So what these DVDs are is like the full uncut,
yeah. Unedited.
unedited everything straight out for 4 or 5 years
Yeah, it's
of
at least.
of Tub Time with
Yeah.
Terry. I just cut the camera on, we'd start rolling, and the camera would run until we got finished. And like I said, the little camera would record stuff periodically whenever we did little skits and stuff. And I used those to edit with. So
And,
the DVDs all unedited footage. Just
and you could tell that. Look, wow, we put a lot of editing into this.
oh yeah, it's you see a big difference between what we're watching here and what was on MySpace. Big difference. I really appreciate the work more when you see it. It's a lot more work involved. But we just want to say thank you and just kind of giving you guys a little history. First episode, he really wasn't into it at all, and I honestly didn't think he would do a second one. But
We did, and
did, and then a third, a fifth, a 20th, and on over for like 4.5 years.
yep, sure did.
But we'll be back next week and talk about part 2 of history of Tub Time with Terry.
Well, I'm Terry.
I'm Ron.
See you later.